What is wrong with that? What is wrong with having knowledge? I mean, nothing, unless of course you want to control the narrative. Unless of course you don't like it when people have actual agency and actual choice. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sheared podcast. I'm your host, Austin Creed, and my friends, I'm breathing in because we have a really important subject that I'm concerned to even bring up, but I'm going to do it anyway because the truth needs to be told. And it is this: Christian fathers are failing their sons. Why do I say that? Oh, I'll tell you. It's for a number of reasons. Number one is not the reason you might expect. Because they're not giving them the proper roadmap for the world we live in. When we look at the world, we are very tempted, and you might even be forgiven, for thinking that, you know what, if I avoid this, if I avoid talking about things that are uncomfortable, if I avoid addressing uncomfortable realities, if I isolate myself into a smaller subsection of society, I can avoid bad behaviors, people who exhibit said behaviors, influences that predispose people to picking up these behaviors. And back in the day, you could get away with this a little bit more, but not in the year 2024, not in the 21st century. Why? Because we have the internet. We have the internet, we have social media, we have the mainstream media, we have the entertainment industry, we have education, public education, all these things, and they inform the young people in the way that the missionaries informed people of third world countries. They teach them what they want to teach them, what they believe is necessary to benefit the people teaching them. When I look at the modern Christian church, not every church is always bad. The problem is most churches fall for this unfortunate reality that we don't live in the 1950s. We don't live in the 1980s. We don't, even though I love Back to the Future as a movie, trust me, my favorite movie series of all time is Back to the Future. But we don't live in 1985 anymore. We don't live in this year. We live in 2024, almost 40 years later. And yet we're still using the same roadmap. We're still using the same spiel as if that's going to just fix the problem. As if we're supposed to just not use our heads and only use our hearts. My friends, I don't blame a lot of Christian fathers because they don't know any better. Or if they do know, they're not willing to accept the realities of the nature of women, the nature of society. They're not willing to accept these realities. I wish I could tell you it wasn't like this. Unfortunately, it is. Unfortunately, my friends, too many religious people act like ostriches. They put their head in the sand and they want to just sit there and be like, is the ground not rumbling anymore? Is the threat over? Is it gone? And instead of taking up and arming with knowledge, arming people with information, they want instead pretend like, oh, we're set apart. Well, we don't have to worry about all that because we go to church. We don't have to worry about that because we go to Bible study. We don't have to worry about any of that because we are different. You see, here's the problem. Your daughter? Yeah, she got TikTok. Your son? Yeah, he got Instagram. Guess what? They know about these realities. So when you fail to address the reality of relationships, you fail to mention divorce statistics, you fail to mention the pitfalls that could befall men, you set them up to be exploited. You set them up to only hear one side of the argument, which is not your side, not the side of truth, not the side that will benefit them. No, the side that will put them on the proverbial plantation and will lead them to statistically having a divorce or a sexless marriage, or they will be unhappy or unfulfilled, or at best a utility in their marriage. That is, even if they can't get married. You won't warn them of the fact that women will come into the church at 25 to 30 to 40 years old. Body counts through the roof. Bad habits been ingrained over the last 10 years. You won't tell them, hey, guess what? She's bad news. Hey, guess what? You should be careful. You should steer clear. You should forgive them, but don't forget what they've done with their lives. You don't want to have that conversation though. Case in point, Nala Fitness. Guys like the Daily Wire crew, they're all too happy to say, oh, she's been redeemed by the blood of the Lamb. Oh, praise and hallelujah. Meanwhile, she was 4 months ago talking about how she cheats on people, how she helps men cheat, how she was doing debaucherous things and was a complete degenerate. And now she's lying about how she's changing her ways, and all of a sudden people are like, oh, she's an example. Oh, she's great. Look, I'm not telling you to not forgive people. I'm telling you to give people knowledge that could save their lives. Give people and say, hey, guess what? Maybe you should not just take people at their word. Maybe you should actually say, hey, wait a minute. I don't think that maybe people are not being honest with me. No, it can't be. You mean people lie? You mean people try to exploit? Yes, they do. And then when people want to not address this, they want to pretend like everybody has your best interest in heart.
Well, this is getting weird.
That's my response. You're weird. Because you're trying to act like if you just ignore the uncomfortable realities, if you don't teach your sons that are apex predator women out here, if you don't tell men that a lot of women will only like bad guys and will treat the good guy like a utility the same way you treat your power outlet, you think that if you don't talk about that, then it won't affect them. It's the opposite. We don't want to indoctrinate, we want to educate. We want to tell people, hey, think for yourselves, consume information, and then decide what you think is best. That is what we should do. Not just say, oh, because God said this 2,000 years ago, but it wasn't God, it was someone who's inspired by God, but it wasn't, but it is, but it isn't. And then 2,000 years ago, Rome was in power, women had no rights, but now they have more rights than you do, we still want to do the same thing. It's goofy. It's goofy. It doesn't work, but yet I'm the bad guy for talking about this. People will look at me. I don't go around in my regular life and talk about this stuff. A, because most people don't care, and B, because people just, they don't care about it, frankly. But the problem is people want to come out here and they want to say, oh, Austin, you're the problem. You should just not talk about this. And I say, oh, really? Okay. So you're telling me that I'm not wrong, you just don't want to hear it. Oh, okay, I'm glad we cleared that up. But people are so afraid of the truth. They'll do anything to get rid of it, suppress it, do anything. My friends, I would encourage you to think for yourself. Arm yourself with information, whether you're a father, a son, none of the above. We need to arm ourselves with information and then decide what we want to do. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with having knowledge? I mean, nothing, unless of course you want to control the narrative. Unless of course you don't like it when people have actual agency and actual choice. If that threatens you, that's a red flag. I just gotta tell you. I'm not telling you what to do. If you want to be a biblical bachelor like me, go right ahead. I welcome you with open arms. But if you want to go out and do the traditional thing, go right ahead. But know the information, know the divorce rates, know what women are going to likely to do, know these things. These are important to know. And you're the one that loses if you decide that you want to just roll the dice without knowing the odds of the game you're playing. The same people who will not think twice about marriage will go to casinos and try to win against the house. It's unbelievable to me. But my friends, you take care of yourselves. Arm yourselves with information. Tell your story if you have one or you have anything you want to add. I welcome it. Till next time, take care of yourselves. I look forward to hearing what you have to say. I'm out. Peace.